Picture this, a dusty stretch of Arizona, 1887, where the sun burns so hot it feels like it's branding the earth itself, and a lone ranch house sits weathered but stubborn, like the man inside it. Jack Ramsey, a widower at 38, stands on his porch, arms crossed, staring at the horizon like it owes him answers, his face carved with lines from loss. His wife Sarah taken years back in a raid gone wrong, leaving him with nothing but silence and a ranch too big for one. He's pinned a sign to the gate that morning. Wanted, ranch cook. Meals for one, room provided. Must be honest, capable, stay on property. Simple, no frills, just like Jack. By noon, boots crunch on the gravel. A woman, Clara Tate, steps up in faded dress, boots caked in dust, her brown hair slipping from a bonnet, and 3 kids trailing her like shadows. There's Emma, 11, dragging a worn sack, Ben, 7, clutching a suitcase, and little Rose, 4, tucked against her mama's shoulder. Clara's eyes, sharp as a desert storm, lock onto Jack's, not with fear, but with something fiercer, like she's daring the world to break her again. Saw your sign, she says, voice steady. I cook. I'm a mother. And we got nowhere else to go. Jack looks at the kids hungry, quiet, watching him like hawks. He steps aside. Come in. Coffee's on. Clara moves in, and damn, does she take over that kitchen like it's hers. By sundown, the air's thick with the smell of fresh biscuits, beans, and cornbread so light it melts in your mouth. The kids fall in line. Emma sweeps. Ben hauls water. Rose toddles after them, too stubborn to sit still. Clara doesn't ask for help, doesn't need it. She's cooked through worse than a lonely ranch. Over dinner, Jack finally asks her name. Clara Tate, she says, pausing. Husband's been gone 3 years, caught in a skirmish down near Tucson. Wrong side of a bullet. Jack nods, doesn't push. He knows how grief writes its own rules. Town starts talking, though. At the general store, whispers hiss like snakes. Jack's got a woman up there, kids too. No ring on her finger. They mutter, eyeing Clara like she's trouble. One day, she's in town buying thread when a drunk, Sam Carver, leans too close, his breath sour with whiskey. Ain't right. You living with Ramsey, raising kids around a man with his past, he sneers, grabbing her arm. Before Clara can speak, Jack's there, silent as a ghost, his hand resting on his gun belt. She's buying thread, Sam, he says, voice low, cold. You want to stop that? Sam backs off, mumbling. Didn't mean nothing. Jack doesn't blink. Then shut your mouth. The real trouble comes when a rider gallops in, dust trailing like a storm. Tom Vance, lean and sharp, dismounts with a smile that's all teeth. Well, Clara, he drawls, didn't think you'd land so cozy. Clara freezes. Tom, she whispers, her face pale. Jack steps forward. You know him? Tom laughs, cold. Know her? She's my wife. The words hit like a slap. Clara's voice shakes. That's a lie. Your Nate's brother, me husband's dead. Tom smirks. No papers say so, darlin'. I'm back, and you're still mine. The town eats it up. Gossip spreads like wildfire, branding Clara a liar, a sinner. 3 women corner her outside the store, spitting venom. You're shaming this town, living in sin, one hisses. Clara stands tall. I buried Nate years ago. I'm no one's property. Jack doesn't waste time. He rides to the pastor, demands records. By dusk, he's got proof. Nate Tate died in a border fight, buried under a false name. Tom's just a vulture, sniffing for land or money. Jack finds him in the saloon, drunk on borrowed coin. The room goes quiet as Jack steps in. You lied, he says, loud enough for all to hear. Called a widow a whore, scared her kids. Get on your horse, Tom, or I'll bury you under it. Tom laughs, then sees Jack's hand near his belt. He's gone by morning. The town shifts after that. Folks start showing up not with judgment, but with pies, lumber, seed. They saw Jack save Ben from a collapsing barn during a storm, his shoulder busted but his arms locked around the boy. They saw Clara stitch Jack's wounds, her hands shaking but steady. One evening, as the sky burns gold, Jack finds Clara in the garden. Been thinking, he says, voice rough. I'd like you to stay, not just as a cook. For good. Clara looks at him, eyes soft but firm. Jack, you've given us a home. But I need to choose love, not just safety. He nods, respecting her fire. Weeks later, the ranch is alive, lanterns glow, tables stretch across the yard, neighbors laugh over Clara's pie. Jack stands in the center, looks at Clara, and says, "Mrs. Ramsey, if you ever want to cook for someone forever, I'd be proud if it was me." Clara laughs, takes his hand, and the crowd cheers. The next dawn, Jack, Clara, and the kids ride out together, shadows long across the desert, bound by something stronger than blood. What do you think? Did Clara make the right call, choosing her own path before love? Was the town too quick to judge, or were they just protecting their own? Drop a comment. Share your take. Let's talk about where loyalty, love, and justice collide in a place as wild as the West.